you versus the guy she told you not to worry about.
How much is this kit supposed to be rated for? 2,400 horsepower.
Old one versus the new one. Oh my lord.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. I appreciate you clicking on today's video. Today is going to be a fun one. I don't know why, but I guess we're tearing all of my cars apart. Last video you guys saw, we got the motor and trans out of Fred. Probably the hardest thing I have ever done, but we got it done. That's all that matters.
And before we get into today's video, a quick update. As you guys saw, motor and trans came out of the truck. I managed to get the whole exhaust out. It was actually a super big pain because everything was welded. I ended up cutting it. But I got the full exhaust out, and now I'm kind of exploring my options as far as painting the engine bay. So I think we're gonna clear everything out, and then I'm gonna send this thing off to get like a Mako paint job. Before you say it, a real paint job, I was quoted like $10,000. I love Fred, but I don't have $10,000 for a paint job, I'm sorry.
And part of that is actually because of what we're doing in today's video. So we are actually driving to Florida. I'm in Florida, but Florida's so big. We're driving to the Panhandle, so I'm driving like 5-6 hours. I'm currently in Sanford, Florida. But we're driving to the Panhandle to go to Chris Vickers' shop, American Tuning and Fab, because we are gonna be mocking up Stangry's new single turbo kit. We're gonna have over a 2,000 horsepower rated turbo kit. We're switching from the twins to a big single. If you go back and watch the TX2K video at the end, I said, you know, Jay and Wayne have a custom kit, and I was wanting to be the next one and to be a little bit different. They're both twins, so we're gonna go with a big single. Chris wants me there to kind of go over, you know, turbo placement, exhaust exit placement, what we want to do with the exhaust exit, what we want to do with the car. And to be honest, that's where a lot of my money, or most of my money, has gone into lately. Now, I don't think we're gonna get to see a full turbo while I'm there today. We got a turbo from HPT. It's like a billet ball bearing 88103. That is a big boy, 88103. But the only thing missing from our shipment was the back housing. So the front housing was in the shipment, but the back housing was not. So Chris had them send another one out, and it didn't get there in time. So I don't think we're gonna see a turbo, at least a full turbo, but we'll see my motor on an engine stand, and hopefully we can get an idea of what we're gonna do with this kit. We are gonna be going standalone ECU finally. We're going with the Holley. Love Holley. They're doing a lot for me with our boy Fred back here, so we're obviously gonna go back with them again. All this is said and done, we should be pushing well over 1,300 wheel horsepower through a single turbo with a hood exit. So I'm imagining like some 5-foot flames coming out the top on anti-lag. Honestly, the most excited I am for this whole thing is the fact that the car is gonna be home. Once Chris finishes up the car, I'm gonna have it back. The car's been at Jay's for the last 2 years. It's just constantly changing so it can race and changing so it can race. But like, I fell in love with that car and I want to drive it all the time. Now the only cars I have to drive every day are the C6 Z06 and the R8 and the Kia. Now, that's not really a complaint or anything. It's just the fact that that Mustang was like my dream car, my first huge achievement, and I haven't really gotten to drive it in the last 2 years other than on a racetrack. So we are gonna be whipping the Kia 5 hours today. I don't know if we'll be whipping the Kia back. If you guys did not know, so I'm the owner of a company. The name is Moxy Performance. We manufacture detailing products here in Florida. And the plan was, when I hit 1 million followers on TikTok, we were gonna run a giveaway actually for my Z06. And I wanna kind of practice, if that makes sense. I wanna do a giveaway so I can see how it all works, see, you know, if we can keep up with it, if we have enough demand for it, if, you know, it would make sense to give away my favorite car. Chris has a 2016 or 2017 Mustang GT at his shop that he said that I could get off of him for a giveaway. So I'm gonna check that thing out. I think it's just a full bolt-on 6R80 car. And if all goes well, I would not be opposed to leaving the Kia there, driving the Mustang back, and us running a little giveaway with that thing. But yeah, goal for the day, we're on the road on the way to Chris's. So we're gonna go to Chris's, check out the turbo kit, I guess get a little tour at Chris's shop. I've never been there before. See the car for the first time in a while, mock up this turbo kit, and yeah, I guess just go from there. I also need to stop by Moxy because Chris put in an order and I wanna bring it to him rather than ship it to him, because it's a pretty big order. I'd like to save the $20 in shipping. But yeah, Chrissy Poo, I will see you in 5.5 hours. See you in a sec. All right, we've made it to Chris's shop. Chris, this is the definition of the middle of nowhere. Chipley, Florida. Never heard of the place, but we're here, so let's go check out Chris's shop.
Here the girl is, all Stangry. No motor. Motor's over here. We are still going to be rocking the same thing. 5.2 RPG, Frankenstein ported heads, but big single. This is still unsleeved, but Chris is the king of keeping coyotes alive. So we can imagine. They didn't send my turbo, so we're going to imagine. All right. Turbo placement.
It only weighs like 200 pounds.
That looks pretty good right there.
Yeah.
The question is, when you put the big hole, the fumes not just go like right into your face?
A little bit.
Okay, we'll be good with that. That's fine. I can power through. But also, if you go all the way to the other side, then there's piping going all the way across.
Yeah, you burn everything up in there. Engine bay gets really hot.
I don't want to do that.
Try to keep it as short as you can.
Just a fat hole like right there.
Yeah.
That's a good plan.
A 6-inch hole.
A 6-inch hole. I heard 6 inches is pretty hefty.
6 inches is, I think that's average.
Roughly, slightly above.
A little turbo size comparison. Here are the old ones.
Old one versus the new one. Oh my lord. Now we'll have a little bit of turbo.
It was you versus the guy she told you not to worry about. So we'll be going from like 68 70s to, well, this is a hair bigger. Again, this is Chris's like 98 something. We would be doing an 88 103 or an 85 103. And if neither of those come in time, because we're honestly waiting on tracking numbers for both, we're going to be doing this exact turbo, which costs significantly more, but it's also massive.
Now, with this big of a turbo and doing everything custom and as efficient as possible, next question you probably have is, how much is this kit supposed to be rated for? 2,400 horsepower. That sounds crazy, and that's because it is. Well, probably, I learned to never say never. I will probably not ever be approaching those numbers. I was thinking more like, 1,300, 1,400, maybe 1,500 wheel, absolute maxed out, but the kit will be rated for 2,400 horsepower, which that sounds insane because 2 years ago, I would never believe that sentence would come out of my mouth.
Now, obviously, if I were to actually be racing this car anywhere near that power level, I would need a lot of changes. The transmission, I think, is rated for 1,900 wheel. My suspension definitely need to be tweaked. It's already maxed out and still wheeling, so that'll probably have to be changed. The differential definitely is going to have to be changed. Mentioned, some of you guys forget that I am still on an unsleeved block, so this still isn't that crazy. I think it's rated for like 25 to 28 pounds of boost. I've run 30 through it every single event.
So if I were to push past the car's limits, there's a lot of things that would need to be upgraded, not just, how much can the turbo kit hold, because the motor, the rear end, the transmission, none of that can hold the 2,400 horsepower. So we would have to build around that. And that would be really expensive. Now, I like to be super mega transparent with the cost of everything on this page and how much I have in the build. This whole process, the only reason that I'm getting it done here at Chris's instead of, Velocity Motorsports, has been a huge question online. Chris gave me a deal I could not pass up on. I am paying $7,500 all in for this kit to be done. This would normally be $20,000 or $25,000. So even Jay, the owner of Velocity Motorsports, told me to not pass up on this deal. Plus, they're building a car together. That car back there, they're racing in that Pink's TV show. So we're all very close. Jay was the one that told me to do this. Not to mention, they've been trying to get me to do a custom kit for a long time rather than one off the shelf. So I'm very excited. It's going to be extremely different from Jay and Wayne's, but that is the total cost and what it's rated for. $7,500. We're going to do full Holly and the custom single turbo kit. Not 100% sure on the size yet. We'll get to that depending again on which one shows up. But either way, it is going to be an absolute beast. I'm excited to get the car back. A lot of you guys think that I am a Corvette or R8 creator. Realistically, I'm a Mustang guy. My Mustang has just lived at the shop for 2 years. So I'm very excited to have it home, bring it to car meets, do ride-alongs, whatnot. I have a video actually from a couple years back giving my mom a ride in the original setup. I think it was Pro-charged, made like 500 wheel. I want to get a reaction to 1,000 plus. I may need a passenger seat for that too, and we currently don't have that.
Hey, Chris knows what's up, baby.
Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, coming in to check on Stangry is not the only reason that I came to Chris's. He also had a little something tucked right away, right there. As I mentioned in my past videos, I made a deal on TikTok when I hit 1 million followers. We were going to run a giveaway for my C6 Z06. That terrifies me, my favorite car, and I've got like 85 grand into it, so I really don't want to mess this up. So to test the waters, we are going to be using this 2015 Mustang GT back here that's full bolt-on. and kind of testing the waters by giving that thing away first.
I'm actually super excited because it's a 6R80 Mustang. I know I have plenty of cars faster than this, but I haven't gotten to drive a 6R80 Mustang since Stangry was a 6R, and that was like 2 years ago now. So I'm very excited for this. I don't know when things are going to officially start again. I want to make sure everything's structured correctly, and it's not a Lambo or anything crazy like that, but it is a really cool car, and for somebody to win off of buying like a bottle of soap, it'll be pretty cool.
I'm also excited to make Mustang content again, because like I said in there, people get confused when they see my name being Stangry and I'm making content on a Corvette and an R8. Deep down, I am a Mustang guy. That is what got me into the content game. That is what I wanted to make videos on. I just turned it into a race car. So I am very excited to be making content on a Mustang once again. I hope you guys are excited for this.
Just to quickly go over this, obviously we'll make a more in-depth video, but it is full bolt-on. It is a stock motor. I think it has 90,000 miles, but it is oil pump gears, crank sprocket. It is Cook's headers back to a Borla exhaust, Anderson composites, carbon fiber everywhere. Some of it does need to be re-cleared, so we're either gonna re-clear that or replace it. But other than that, this thing is just a minty full bolt-on car. Again, I know it's not a Lamborghini or a ZR1.
If all goes well and we can figure this thing out, the next one, when we hit 1 million followers on TikTok, will be a Z06. My personal Z06, which, again, that terrifies me, and that's why we're doing this in the first place.
All right, first startup on the Mustang.
She sounds crispy. Bro, I am so cooked. Unless a random car that is shaped like a Ford Explorer turn around at the median, I'm about to get pulled over. I'm not even speeding.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you? Chris?
I'm not Chris.
You're not Chris.
I just got the car from Chris.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, well, if you're not Chris, then you're good to go. Chris has a suspended license.
Oh.
As long as you don't have a suspended license.
Yeah, no, I literally just went and picked up the car from him earlier today, bringing it back. As you can tell, it's been sitting for a second.
Nah, yeah, I got you. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Chris, get your license fixed. I'm not gonna be upset with that, but I feel like he should have dug a little deeper. Are you the guy we're looking for? No, sir. Okay, then you're good to go. I guess they ran the plate and Chris's license was suspended. My license has been suspended like 4 times in the state of Florida. They suspend it for any and every reason. That was kind of scary though, I'm not gonna lie. But I made it all the way 13 minutes back to the house before getting pulled over. So that was cool. I thought I was cooked, I'm not gonna lie. Well, it's now 3 o'clock in the morning. I just made it back home. Mustang drove fine. 5 hours, perfectly fine, other than, you know, getting pulled over. That part sucked. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's little adventure. Stangry's getting a new turbo kit. That's gonna be wild. 2,400 horsepower rated. Plus, we picked up a little Mustang. I do need to figure out how to get back to get my Kia. I'll probably have to fly there just to get the Kia, but that's the daily, and I kind of need that. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys liked the Mustang, and I'll update you on the turbo kit probably as it comes in. It needs to be done within 20 days, so you'll get an update before that. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Appreciate you guys for watching this one. Peace out. Good night.